Let's get ready to boogaloo. Hi, my name is John Crump. I am the state director for Virginia for Gun Owners of America. I'm a writer for AmmoLand.com. And this is your gun news for July 30th. Brought to you by Gun Critic and Gun Streamer. Check those guys out. They're really cool. Let them know that I sent you. Alright, we'll be right back. Okay, before we get into the news, let me explain why you're seeing gun news again. I've been doing a lot of live streams, my fireside chats, and they take up a lot of time. So, for the rest of the month and next month, which is August, I'm going to cut back to one or two a week. And then in September, we'll go back to the 3 episodes a week, the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. The reason why I'm doing that is I have another book coming out that I'm kind of behind on, and I'm behind on some other writing projects. And writing is what pays the bills, so I got to concentrate on that and get all caught up in that. Plus, there's some other events that I'm getting ready to attend and go to and cover. And my niece Bella is coming down to spend some time with us in August for her treatments in Children's Hospital in DC. So, with all that on my plate, I'm going to have to slow down a little bit with the live streams, but they will be back in about a month. But you'll still see them like once or twice a week. So, that's a cool thing. We had one last night, and we have one coming up next week, maybe 2 next week. And then we got the big 100th episode. So, yeah, there you go. Also, remember to check out Gun Critic and Gun Streamer. Those guys are freaking fantastic. Just wanted to throw that out there. Alright, let's get into the first story here. Let's start out with something light. In East Hartford, the police union is complaining to Glock that Glock 17s shoot to the left, which is kind of ridiculous because that's the most popular gun in the world, and I can't see it never being noticed before. I know there were some things with some sight adjustments, but that's easily fixed. And according to the police union, when they went to Glock basically said, you guys just don't know how to shoot them. What I think is happening is the sights are off. So when they're sighting them in, it's sighting to the left, which is easy. You get a sight pusher and you adjust them. The confusing part is the police union is saying that they adjusted the sights to temporarily fix the problem, which seems to me to be a permanent fix, and they're waiting for parts from Glock. The only parts that would fix that would be sights, and since they already adjusted the sights, I'm just not sure what the hell's going on here. I'm gonna reach out to Glock for comment. I haven't got comment back from Glock. Reached out to the police department. They said all their officers are certified with the firearms that they are issued. Reached out to police union. I haven't heard anything back from the police union. It is my theory, and this is only a theory, so no one told me this. It's just something that I'm guessing at, is that they want to switch it up and go with some other gun, maybe a SIG or HK or something like that. So they want to get rid of the Glocks. If they do, hook me up with some. I'll buy them at a discounted rate for a police shirt-in. But yeah, so that is really interesting, and I'm not really sure what the hell is going on, but I'll keep you informed. Now, this next story hits close to home for me. My wife is under the UCMJ, which is the code of justice used by the military. In the National Defense Authorization Act, anyone who is subject to the UCMJ is also subject to a new red flag law. It's not really being talked about, but the NDAA has a lot of support in Congress from both sides, and it's probably going to pass. But it takes away the rights of our soldiers that are fighting for our freedom. Basically, with no evidence at all, if a friend goes to a judge or an acquaintance or a family member and say they're in danger, then they will raid the soldiers' house, take their firearms without due process. The soldier never gets to defend themselves. They just get stripped of their rights. So the firearms get taken. SWAT team shows up in the middle of the night, breaks down the door, confiscates the firearms on an accusation, which is bad. It's bad in the civilian world, and it's bad in the military world. There's already a chain of command to get these things done, but they're trying to end around it to give judges more power to take away the rights of our soldiers. So we really need to fight that. So what I need everyone out there to do is contact your representative and tell them to vote against the NDAA as long as it has that red flag provision in there. We can't let them take the rights of our soldiers away, and our airmen and our sailors and our Marines away on an accusation with no due process. These are the guys that fight and put their lives on the line for our rights. So just by calling your representative is a small price to pay for protecting these guys' rights. The next topic is the HEALS Act. Yes, the act that's going to give most of the people watching this video $1,200 in your pocket. But what it's also going to do, and I don't think you know about, is give money to the ATF and the FBI. What is this money going to be used for? Well, the FBI is going to get $2 billion to use on PPE, personal protective equipment, cleaning supplies, the bolstering of NICS. Wait a minute, I said the bolstering of NICS. What the hell does that mean? I don't know, and I don't think they know either. So the FBI is going to have $2 billion to do whatever they want to with NICS. I guess it could be good and it can fix the system so it wouldn't go down like it did last week. But you know the government as well as I do, and usually they use the money to take away our rights. So are they going to bolster NICS by tying it into other databases that it's not already tied into to create more prohibited people? Is there going to be more false positives because of this work? We don't know, and the bill is totally unclear on what they can actually do with the money. And it's a Republican bill. So I don't know if it was in there because they needed to get the Democrats on board, or if they're just backdoor gun control advocates. Who knows? It also gives money to the ATF. It gives about $37 million to the ATF for NICS. And I know you have the same question I do. The ATF doesn't do NICS. NICS is an FBI thing. Why is the ATF getting money for NICS? Well, there's a second part to that sentence. It says NICS and the transfer of firearms. So what exactly does that mean? Are they going to create a different database? Maybe some type of registry that tracks all transfers of firearms? I don't know, and I don't think they know, in Congress at least. But it's scary because we know when government gets money and they get the ability to change things, especially the ATF, which has a history of changing things. Look at the machine gun definition. They banned bump stocks not by passing a law, but changing the definition of a machine gun. And they're looking to do the same with pistol braces. So this is kind of ridiculous. I know I don't trust the government. I don't know about you. But we got to be on the lookout for this. We need to call Congress and tell them to remove that from the HEALS bill. So if you call your senator and say, hey, this is not going to fly. We see what you're doing. Pull this provision. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. But we have to try and keep an eye on these guys because usually they don't have our best interest in mind, even though they say they do. And for our final story, and it's a somber story, and it's about Jeff Quinn. Jeff Quinn was the founder of Gun Blast, and for many years, he's been writing about firearms. He's one of the founding fathers of the gun tuber movement. YouTubers that do firearm stuff. He's been on there since the very beginning with Hickok 45 and all the other originals on YouTube. He had some health concerns and he ended up passing away at the young age of 61. I just want to say from me and the whole Black Swan family, Jeff is in our prayers, and so is Jeff's family. And if everyone could just say a prayer, or if you're not religious, just think about how lucky you are to be alive and with your family. I think that will go far to help Jeff and his family. You can also check out Gun Blast for more information. But I hate to end on a sad note, but that's where we're going to end today's gun news. Once again, check out Gun Critic and Gun Streamer. Great, great sites. Those guys over there are amazing. And check out Fireside Chats. And that is it for gun news for July 30th. Remember to fist that like button, ring that bell for all notifications, and leave me a comment down below what you think of these stories, or if you have any tips or other stories you think I should look at. I'm always looking for stuff to write about and to talk about. So go ahead and leave a comment below. And my name is John, and I am out of here. Remember, guncritic.com and gunstreamer.com for all your 2A news.